Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being part of today's program, Igala Radio Live on Facebook. And my name is Yunusa Gabriel Enemali. Well, quite some time we've not been coming up live because of some certain technical challenges, especially that it has to do with the network. Thank you, Juma Mubarak. Happy Friday to our Muslim brothers as they go to the mosque for Friday prayers. Please, as you go, remember our country, remember our president, remember our leaders, remember all that takes care of this country, remember our people, remember the high level of poverty and the lack of development in this country, so that we can have the right people to do the right thing. Ugoya Jack, my brother, so long. Yes, I'm inviting you. We have a lot to talk today. I have Zakari, Alhaji Zakari Usman, doctor. Okay, thank God. We'll be talking about the 17 sustainable development goals that is set by 193 world leaders to see that things become better in their countries. So we're going to take them one by one, even not all 17 in this edition. We're going to take them a bit by bit till we see that they are attained. Don't forget, this time around, this SDG will be terminating 2030. Now, have we started anything? Have we done anything? Well, probably let us just take it one after the other. I have number one on the list is no to poverty. Of course, you know what poverty is. When you are poor, the next thing that follows is poverty. Poverty in all ramifications. Poverty in health. Now we also have say no to hunger. Of course, one of our challenge is that there's a lot of hunger in the land. Now, these countries have come together, which Nigeria is a signatory to. Number three on the list is good health and well-being of Nigerians. How prepared is our country for these challenges? Don't forget, in recent times, virtually every report that gets out of Nigeria is always at the lower end, which is not good for us. And we need to do something to see that all of this, attain. At least let's start. At least let's get to 50%, and before maybe 2020, we should say that Nigeria is almost has sustained our own development goal, maybe 80% if it is possible. I have Salifu Isa is online. Thank you. Good afternoon. This Friday. And number three is quality education. Wow. When you talk about education, I think it's not something new in Nigeria. Apart from the city centers, not even all the city centers that you even have quality education. Very few part of the city centers. The rest is nothing to hold back. Now the problem is as at this time, still many people are still lacking behind. One, there is no power. So how can they even say that they're going to have a computer? So many children don't even know what a computer is like, especially if you go into the interior villages. Well, number 5 on the list is gender equality. Yeah, especially let's make reference to the north and some southern states, especially east. A girl's child is not recognized, which is absolutely not good. A girl's child is not recognized, yet is the girl that gives birth to a boy. We refuse to educate them, and when the chips are down, it is the same girl's child or the female that takes the lead. Well, Ali Yakubu, thank you for being online. I appreciate you this afternoon. So if you have any comment to make or you have any suggestion or question, please feel free to ask. What can we do? What can Nigeria, what can Kogi State do to also begin to attain this sustainable goal, this sustainable development goal There are 17 of them. Don't forget, it used to be MDG, Millennium Development Goal, but now it's moved to the next level. Now this Millennium Goal, as we got into 2000, now they are opting it. How do we sustain these goals? It's extremely important that we sustain this Millennium Goal. Now the sixth one is clean water and sanitation. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points that I have just mentioned, if you ask me to rate Nigeria as of today, we are 5%. The remaining 95% is 0. Very, very correct. And I want to also believe that you are also aware of all of this. Sustainable Development Goal. Itodo, richest Abraham is online. Your Excellency Yusuf Dantele is also online. These are some of the programs that we need to start hammering on. I call it again. Number 1, say no to poverty. How do we go about it? Until we have a responsible government, we will not be able to say no to poverty. Don't forget, the second one is hunger. The third one is good health and well-being. It is only when your people are healthy that they can be productive. Even if you say we have 200 million population, how healthy are these people? How healthy is this population? Gender equality education. Thank God we are all clamoring to go back to the farm. Don't forget, I strongly believe if you fix your agriculture, if we are able to fix our agriculture, every other one will follow. If we fix our agriculture, one, we are going to say no to poverty. If we fix our agriculture, we're going to say no to hunger. And our people are going to be healthy and productive. Number 3, if we fix our agriculture, because out of this agriculture, we're going to take care of our health and the well-being of workers. Don't forget, the multiplier effect in the agricultural sector is so enormous. From farm, that is production, to processing, marketing, to the table. You can see the process. Now, before it gets to your table, you need to also buy. So the multiplier effect is fantastically too much. And that is why we must not joke in any form with agriculture. Well, as a Christian, the Bible says that God created everything in the Garden of Eden and handed it over to man. Man should till the ground. It means that the first job given to man is agriculture. And if only we can sustain it, if only we can develop it, if only we can improve on that, we will make progress. Yes, Sule Said Ahaba is also online. Itodo Richest Abraham says, the situation of Nigeria is sickening. I wonder what they are trying to sustain when the root cause analysis done was never given the needed attention. Wow. Okay. The root cause analysis, yes, haven't done. We are very good at speaking English, good at seminars, good at workshop, good at so many things. Mutalib Major Abubakar Musa, he is a medical doctor. What can you say? Tell us. Don't forget the number 3. The number 3 says good health and well-being. So this has to do with your field. If you are asked, doctor, to rate Nigeria in the good health and well-being of our people, please score Nigerians on this. All right, the number 4 is quality education. Don't forget, if we also fix our agriculture, definitely we're going to have quality education. This quality education is what we're going to use to fix our agriculture. This quality education is what we're going to use to industrialize our agricultural sector. This quality of education is what we are going to use in taking care of ourselves. Don't forget, all of these things are linked. They are chained, linked to each other. So number 5 is gender equality. Gender equality. There are some persons that if you say I have a girl child, to them it's like a curse or a problem. Now, how can we stop all of this? That is the question. How can we stop all of this? These are the things that we want to look at in the next 10 minutes before we round it up on today's edition. All right, we also have clean water and sanitation. clean water. Intake of water needs to be clean. Our environment needs to also be clean. Recently I noticed that our communities, Nigeria, our local, is one of the dirtiest in the world. I don't need to travel to other places, but I have to. Let us be fair to ourselves and let's tell ourselves the truth so that we start doing the needful. So again, I mentioned them. Number one, no to poverty, no to hunger, no good health and well-being of citizenry, quality education, gender equality, and clean water and sanitation. So maybe as time goes on, we're going to get professionals and probably try to reach the presidency and see if we can get in touch with the SSA to the president on SDG and see what we can do to leverage upon that and get our people well, and get our people at least to get to sustain these development goals. There are 17 in number, don't forget. And all of this I'm going to start, maybe in the next couple of days, we'll be taking them one after the other so that we can talk about it. I get a professional who can talk to us on probably any choosing points that we want to take. Now, a lot of people are going to the farm to produce one thing or the other. Nobody, you don't need even to be an agriculturist to know how to go to farm or to farm. You don't need it. You don't need it. All I think that you need is the business aspect of it. Farming, tilling the ground and planting one seed or the other, letting it to grow and then become food for the table is no big deal. You don't need to go to class. But of course, to improve in all of this, you need to get yourself acquainted to the technology involved. And how do we do that? It is only when we begin to look for knowledge, ask for knowledge wherever it is, get knowledge. Even the Bible says, it says, seek knowledge, sell it not, but go seek for knowledge. Because once you are knowledgeable about something, it will be better for it. All right, I have Omachi Moses Aduku is online, Stephen Team or John Gua. Thank you all for being there. I want to appreciate you this afternoon. So I take it again for those of you who are just logging in. Our topic today is on the Sustainable Development Goal, which Nigeria is part of, put together by 193 countries of the world. Nigeria is also part of the 193 signatory to this concept of saving the people. And this SDG is going to expire in 2023. So, and that is why we need to start talking about it, letting our people know from the federal, state, and to the local level. Let everybody understand what this SDG is all about. All right, I have Isa Jacob is online. Ayuba A. Saraja, thank you, good afternoon for being part of today's program. So, what are these? Like I said, we're going to take it one after the other, but I'm going to be dwelling more on the first 6. Then they are no to hunger. Number 1 is poverty. A poor mind, a poor person will never think. You cannot think. You can't do anything because you are poor. You are poor in all ramifications. Poor. That breeds poverty. Once it starts staring at you, you are in trouble. You can't think. You cannot do anything. And number 2 is hunger. Please tell me, can anyone who is hungry do anything? Can he be productive? What can he do? Some people, the fact that they are hungry, they fell sick. That's the truth. Just the fact that they are hungry, they are already sick. So, in fact, it therefore means that you are hungry, you are sick. That means you are not okay. And once you are not okay, nothing can you do. Nothing, sincerely, nothing can you do. All right, good health and well-being is number 3 on the list. Quality education is number 4. Move to some interior. Our educational system is extremely bad. I happen to be in a village, and very soon I'm going to begin to send reports from interior communities that I never believed they existed. But until I found myself there, and I knew we have a lot to do. Okay, we should stop concentrating more in the city center. Let's spread it. It's actually the work or the job of the local government, but as it is, we do not have any local government administration, so it's unfortunate. I have Akugu Ali JP. Thank you this afternoon. All right, and number 5 is gender equality. It is important that we'll balance it. Yeah, men, according to the scripture, you are the head, no doubt about it. You are the head at home, agreed. But sometimes again, you can't do it all. The woman in the house is supporting you. So the fact that she's a woman does not mean that she should not get exposed to education. She shouldn't be given good education. She shouldn't be given her rights. These are some sensitive things. The fact that she's a woman does not mean she should not, contribute her opinions into it. Yes, let her contribute. Let her feel belonged. It is your duty to accept her contribution or not, but don't just discard her, please. Then number 6 is good water and clean sanitation. Our environment extremely too dirty. I think if I do not have anywhere to talk about, I have Anyigba. Anyigba is where I come from. Anytime it rains, it's disgusting. It's embarrassing that you are wondering what is all of this. Now, this has to do with local government again not taking care of our waste. And this waste, if we do it, if we manage it very well, wow, you can imagine what we're going to do. Now, let's talk about all of this, how all of this are going to generate job and wealth for Nigerians. The fact that we say no to poverty, it means that everything about us is clean, is good, and we are good to go. Now, if you put all of these 6 together, you're going to have a fantastic community or country or nation. If you put all of this together. Now, putting all of these things means that the rating is going to be up there. I don't want to go and talk about the negativity that we've heard since the past 4 years. It is the truth. It is absolutely the truth. Esther Odoma Adejo is also online all the way from Jos. How is Jos today? I hope Jos is clean and Jos is good. Well, it's been raining in this part of the world where I am, but I want to believe that Jos is also raining. Now, don't forget, this is your #1 internet radio, Igala Radio Live on Facebook, and my name is Yunus Gabriel Enemali. They sometimes call me Okanyi One of Africa. Now, before I finally, call it a day, I just have some few minutes, to leave, to call it off for today's edition. We're actually talking about the 17 Sustainable Development Goals that the whole world, about 193 countries of the world, came together, including Nigeria, and said, look, let us fashion goals towards developing our people, making our economy, making our country safe for habitation. And these goals, we're going to take them in piecemeal to talk about. I have #1 on the list is no to poverty, hunger, good health and well-being. I have quality education. I have gender equality. I have clean water and sanitation. So what do you think about all of these? Now, it's something we can discuss until we get an expert, maybe a professional, that will talk to us about any of this topic. Then we can move to the next level. So, Nigeria, so blessed with a beautiful, fertile land for agriculture. As far as I'm concerned, if only we can take care of our agriculture, every other thing is going to be taken care of. Go to Kogi State, we have 2 beautiful water all meeting in Lokoja, and that is why in Nigeria you have Lokoja as the only confluence state in Nigeria. That alone, if we can harness it, it's good for tourism, it's good for agriculture, it's good for transportation. Imagine if that is good. Taking the road that will cost you about 9-10 hours from probably Onitsha to Abuja, that you can do in less than 2 hours. But the government and her people deliberately abandon all this potential. It's unfortunate. Okay, I have King Raji is also watching. Thank you and good afternoon for being part of today's program. Now, I was trying to tell you about Kogi State. Don't forget, Kogi State is blessed with over 29,000 square kilometer of land mass. Over 29,000 square kilometer. Kogi State has 21 local government and 3 senatorial districts. Kogi is about 28 years old since creation, or 28 years old today since creation. Have we made progress? Now, this goal, I know that there is the office of SA on SDG to the governor. Have we made progress? Have they done anything? Anybody from that exists, please let us know so that we can talk about the progresses made so far in this 17-point program. I have Yahya Mukhtar is also online watching. Thank you and good afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, while I'm not going to bore you too much with too much talking, if you have any comment you want to make, please feel free to do so while we prepare to close the program for today. Till I come your way again next week, or maybe before during the weekend, if no program impeding us, we will talk more about it. But for today, we just talked about 6 SDG, that is Sustainable Development Goal. The 6th point is what we really talked about today. They are, let me remind us again, maybe we need to have a reflection over it again, because the time has come for us to start talking. Enough of politics. Let's do away with politics. We've tried this politics for some time. We've not benefited from it. Now let's see and let's begin to call the attention of those in position. Let them know of their responsibility. That you are in office is not enough. It comes with high responsibility. And if you're not doing the right thing, certainly you will not get results. But sometimes again, all of us are involved in this, and we need to be pushed to the limit so that we can get a result from them. Because it is for government to be scared of the people and not the reverse, where the people are scared of government for talking. No, it shouldn't be. That is why it is called democracy. It's a good system of government where we can all contribute our water. I might not be the best, but if I know who is the best, can I recommend the best so that he can come and do a good job for the people, for the well-being of the people. So before I finally go, let me remind us again. I have says number 1, no to poverty. Number 2, hunger. Number 3, good health and well-being. Number 4, quality education. Number 5, gender equality. Number 6, clean water and sanitation. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we draw the curtain for today's program. Your number 1 internet station, Igala Radio Live on Facebook. My name is Yunisa Gabriel Enemani. Till I come your way again, please remain blessed. Reflect on this point and see whether we have actually made progress. God bless you all and have a beautiful weekend. Bye-bye.